All right, I'm gonna get the stream going in a second here. Audio's okay. Music, my voice, game. I don't know if you can hear the game or not. I can. All I hear is the music. Just looking at the picture right now. We're gonna try to get a little bit of detail done on this today. But today she is gonna fly. I guarantee that. Or break the game trying. You know, it's always a thing around here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get like heavy into detail, but we'll try to get the wings up a little bit better. And yeah. All right. Okay. Oops. There we go. And we should have game. So here we are. It is still here. I am shocked. And I love that hover mode. The only thing I don't like is having to hit U to use it every time. Maybe if they did like a double space to be able to do it, might work a little bit better. But one of the things I wanted to do today is I was actually thinking about this, and I want to try to get more of a rounded ring going around using the arc box. So we'll see how it goes. Yes. I've also made it, sort of redid the intro video a bit, the new one with the music. I added more clips to it to add a little more variety to it, just because that's the wrong button. There we go. Okay, so hopefully I don't take out the wrong block here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this rounded like this, and then this rounded like that, and then the corners try to get a little more roundish. And I'm going to try to actually get the... Oop. That's the only thing about the hover mode, is if your feet touch something, it turns off. That's what I don't like. Okay. So let's go... Let's actually take advantage of that hover mode, just because. Alright. Hey person, welcome. Yeah, I was building pretty quick on that. I think we're around 5,000 blocks right now, but I'm surprised it's actually still actually loading. Like, I'm shocked at this. I think maybe that block count might not be an issue, that it could be structure size, because I know if sometimes if you go like 150 meters, you start having problems. The original Helicarrier, the original aircraft carrier was like that. And I'm so glad that they fixed the block removal too. That made things so much different. Wow, 9,000. Even better than I thought. Alright, so we'll say average. So that's including ceiling tiles too, or is that like the equivalent of 9,000 small blocks? Because I want to try to get a rough idea of the weight of this too, to figure out how many air blades we'll actually need. Because each one of these, I think, can sustain about 15 armor blocks. So, you know, doing a bit of a calculation would come in handy. But I'm going to be guessing at least 700 air blades to get this thing lifting, which is going to be a few generators. So I'm going to take that into account too. Use U. Just got to make sure, like I said, that your feet don't touch anything, especially if you're in survival, because the hover mode will disable instantly. And then from what I've heard, that the Mark II will allow you to hover, the Mark III will allow you to hover and move a little bit with the battery staying charged. So there is some downsides to it. But for my own personal safety, I've been creative for reasons like that. It'd be nice if they had an auto hover, sort of like a fail-safe or a tether. If you're working on your base and you fall off, it automatically sets the hover mode for you. That might Make things a little safer for everybody. Okay. Yeah, this looks a lot better. Let's get that hover going. That was the wrong block. That is okay. And, oh, got that one already. Now we go back to a 1. At least this way it gets a little bit of a little more roundness to it, because they're actually supposed to be round. So we'll see how this looks. But yeah, so 9,000 at 15. Yeah, I'd be looking at 600-700 air blades at this point just to get this thing lifted. Actually, let's do that. That's better. Get the 4 back. And you'll have to excuse me a minute. I'm sorry about that. That was a bit of a runny nose. Nobody wants to see that. Alright, what am I doing here? Yes. Okay, so let's put these ones back in. And then 1 block space all around. Let's see how that looks. What would be nice is if they had like half circles, so you can get more details into stuff like this. But that looks good. Let's go do that to the rest of them. To actually get that hover going, so then that way it's a little easier for me. What would be nice too is you could actually see that reticle sometimes. Like honestly, I can't even see the damn thing. So you're counting the ceiling panels as 20 then, right? Or are you counting them as 1? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Well, not 20, I'd say 16 because of the size. But even then, yeah, we're looking... Gonna be at least 700 air blades to lift this thing. The build vision is gonna be blinding. It's gonna be worse than the hover base. Okay, so I am using the right one, yes. I'm actually glad I didn't make the hover platform to build work on this, because now I don't need it. Mind you, the moving side to side, well, the directional movement while you're hovering could be a little bit better, because it's a little on the slow side. As 1, okay. Yeah, so then we're probably the weight equivalent of probably close to 20,000 blocks. So 20,000 times 30 would be a lot. That's a lot of weight. Yeah, that's okay, because I already have a plan for this. The underneath of the flight deck is not going to be seen, So as far as I know, the air blades should work, and I'm going to spam as many air blades as I can underneath this flight deck underneath to actually get the lift. Let's see where it goes. So we got to go to the corners. Well, I'm pretty sure this is got to be the biggest build anybody's attempted in this game. Honestly, I think before they started doing all these improvements with the game, I don't even think this was even possible. Alright, there's another one. 2 more, and then I'm going to go to the front and try to fill those holes in the corner. So what do you guys think of Medusa there? I had fun with that one. I was taking her hair for a test spin last night, and I think I can actually fly her. I like actually control her. I was able to get the hair to do like a spin and actually go the right way, all spread out at the same time. I'll go in. So we'll see how that turns out. Hey Dave, welcome. Alright, let's see how this goes. I don't know how long you've been here, Dave, but I was just talking about the hover mode. The hover mode should be a fail-safe, where if you happen to fall off a platform or a cliff or something, it engages automatically instead of you trying to move your hand halfway across the keyboard to hit the U key. And I think that's what it should be, or even an option to have it set. Maybe a config menu for the jetpack even might be handy. Alright, now we do the insides. So, excuse me. Sorry about that. It's that time of year here. It's going to be a nasty one too. We've had nothing but like terrible fog last week pretty much. Last year was like one of the worst winters we've had in 20 years, and supposedly this year is going to be the same too. Extreme cold, lots of snow, and here the rest of the country is getting... Oh, hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. But, we're getting snow for the first time ever, and California's dealing with like wildfires, raging wildfires going out of control. It's just, weather's so messed up. Okay. Still got to work on the back end because there's supposed to be some sort of weird, almost like a chute of some sort. I'll have to look at the picture again once I get up here. All right. So anybody's got any requests or suggestions for the 100th episode? Trying to do like a viewer thing for it. I'm actually gonna redo that light display. We get two of them set up, one for episode number and one for version number of the game. So in that way, whenever I do episodes, I'll just change the number on the display, and that'll be the episode number. And same with any version that comes out. Because I've been wanting to do something with it. could be usable, but to have it go long distances, you have to basically extend each pixel on their own extension cord, as I call them. I also do have some hopefully amazing projects lined up that should be good, and you know, I'm gonna start getting down to the like almost besiege level kind of creation. Like I've got a few ideas I want to try, and they should look pretty cool, and they should move pretty cool too, the way stuff moves in this game. Okay, got that one. Oh, I know what I missed. Yes, I've got these. Okay. So now, down here, because this is when that's gonna bug me, just leaving this open like this. What was I using? Long slopes, short slopes, gonna need corners. I need those ones, and those. And this is where hover's gonna come in really handy. So now we just fill in the holes. Oh. Come on. There we go. So this one would be... trying to think how I want to do this. Let's try... should technically go like that. Let's try that. Maybe go 3. So one thing I don't like about the hover is the drift that you get. Should be some sort of stabilization you can do. Let's go down here. See if we can even this out a little bit. Let's go with 6. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Nope, that wasn't it. It was the other way. Or is it? I think I'm using the wrong block here. Oh, give me a second. Alright, sorry about that. Surprised I haven't seen Junkersaurus around lately. I think I need to go with the other block here. These ones. Grab that as well. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, one of these has got to fit in here somewhere. You know, I'm just gonna have it on an angle like this. I think it'll be easier. Five. Aha. That's what I'm looking for. This is gonna be a little tricky. Why did I want to detail this? Why? Let's see. 8. Okay, let's get a little bit of light so I can see what I'm doing here. 3. Nope. 6. No, I don't want a 6. I want a 7. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put another one of these here. Alright, I got this. This should actually go pretty easy now. Okay, now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna tie it into this side here. That does not work. Neither does that, apparently. Let's try a 5. No. That's a bad transition. I didn't even think of that. It's gonna be a challenging one. It all has to come off of here. Okay. 6. Gotta be the most difficult part of trying to do anything like this, is just trying to get everything to line up properly. Especially when I start getting to a spot like this. So Dave, did you ever end up getting the big monument back to your base? I was watching you were trying to get one of the big behemoths. Dude, this is where I'm gonna start having problems now. Yeah, we'll leave that on. Because I basically gotta start using this now. So I need to find a way to transition it somehow. Why is that off? It's not. What I need to do, I think, is get something like this in here, maybe. see if I can build off of it. Like that. Something I should have thought about when I built this. Let me have a look at the picture here. See what we can do about this. Might extend those sides over a bit. Yeah, because technically it does come up to the front. Then try to transition it somehow. How did I go over like that? I have no idea. Alright, let's try. Try something like this, maybe. Okay. Oops, wrong way. We want to go up. I think. Going to. That's gonna be so hard to transition. Didn't even think of this. Let's see what happens when we put this here. That's the wrong way. could work with something like that. Problem is, just get so. Maybe. Just try it. Could take 2 more out. Okay. Oh, I was gonna say that's a little off, and then I realized that there's actually a 1 block gap. Yeah, there's gonna be where the problem is, trying to fill that little gap in. Hey Vogly, there's my little minion. Yeah, stream's going pretty good. Haven't broken anything yet. Person was able to go through the last stream and actually count every block I placed, and we're over 9,000 right now. So, yeah, right now I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to transition these sides in. It's not quite going like I had hoped. Because no matter what, I don't have a block that actually matches this. I go something like that, but that doesn't look right. And I can go like this, but that doesn't look right either. Yep, and I figure, and that's just individual blocks with the ceiling tiles and the air blades and the inner wall posts and all this stuff. We got to be at least 15,000 block weight. So, you know, if a block is 30 kilos, and we're looking at 15,000 times that. So I have no idea how many air blades it's going to take to get this thing lifted off the ground. I'm just trying to figure out this, because this is a bit of a challenge now. And it's because I changed my angle here. There's no way to transition a horizontal version and a vertical version of this. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I think I'll build this out and then work this into it somehow. That's about all I could really do. But yeah, it's definitely pushing the limits of the game, trying to work on something like this. The fact that I've loaded this a few times now, it's still here, still hasn't crashed, it hasn't ghosted on me. Still would be nice if I could see that reticle. Honestly, I can't see a damn thing. If I turn my flashlight off, I'd probably be able to see a little bit better. Alright, well, I'm just going to have to do it this way for now, I think. No, I haven't done any testing whether or not it can lift off. I have me and a few other people. I think Dave had done it, but we've done sort of testing on how much the air blades can actually lift, and each one can lift about 15 armor blocks, so almost a full ceiling tile each. I already have a game plan. Basically, the entire underneath this flight deck is going to be air blades, completely covered with air blades. So it's going to be, you know me, I'm going to go all out and make it lift. But I was just saying earlier that I did do a little bit of messing around with Medusa last night, and I think I might actually be able to control her. I sort of do have some control on her hair. I'll just call it her hair, because what else are you going to call it? Alright, now to get these in. Alright, now we go to here. Would definitely be a good stream for crane balls to actually show up. Get here just in time for liftoff. Attempted liftoff, I'll call it, because there's no guarantees this thing's even get off the ground. No guarantees my computer's not going to crash when I'm planted either. Dealing with probably 15,000 blocks by the time it's all said and done. Hey, I made Medusa. I own her. She does my bidding for me. After all, I'm Dr. BC Frankenstein. Yeah, I was gonna put one here, was I? Yeah, I think we will. And then I'll work it in. Ha ha ha. Just you wait, man. Episode 100. She is going to be airborne. She is going to be semi-controllable. Oh, this hover mode. Oh, it just makes it so much easier. Yeah, as far as how far this build's gonna go, I have. Why is that off? It's not. Yeah, I don't know if after this is done, if it'll even be able to be loaded again. If it did, oh my god, this would be perfect, especially if they get full workshop capability in here and you're able to actually share creations with people. Because I'm sure a lot of people would love to fly this thing around. Yeah, you know, the time I was messing around with my pet rivet there and Medusa, I realized there's just So many things I could do with those air blades and the hinges, or cables I'll call them. I've already got a couple of interesting ideas planned. No spoilers. YouTube uploads them for me. I don't actually record them myself, but I could download it, but it involves me downloading, in some cases, 5 or 6 hours of video in one shot. But I could do that. Especially if it's a successful build. And by successful, I mean we can actually get it to lift off the ground and move at least half a kilometer a second. The moving I'm not worried about, it's the actual getting off the ground that bothers me. Alright, so I think... Okay. I need to... start going a little more vertical. Oh, how am I going to do this? Maybe. Well, I do use OBS, but I don't actually record it. I find when I'm recording, once the file size starts to get big, then it starts to get a little framey. So that, and it also saves me a lot of time re-uploading the thing back up to YouTube. As long as they do it for me, that's all that matters. Let's try a 6 here. But the thought has crossed my mind. Like, honestly, I enjoy doing the time lapse build like this, though. Like, if I spend 12 hours on it, you know, it's gonna be either a blur, or you're gonna be sitting there for a while watching it. God, how am I gonna do this? Wow. It's not going to be perfect. I don't think I can do much about this transition. Not unless the devs can add a few blocks for me in the next 10-15 minutes. I don't think that's happening. So it's going to be... And that doesn't work either. I thought I had the small slopes there. Might have to do something like that, I think. And go back to the 6 here. We'll just have leave a little gap there, I think. I think it's about the best I can do. Okay, so how did I do this? Yes. Stick a 7 down. And then a couple of 9s. Okay, and then Yeah, that works. I can live with that. Alright, let's see. I gotta continue this on here. No. A couple more of those down. Then I go with that. This one, I think a 7 will pop in there pretty good. Nope. Maybe I'll put it the other way. It's not gonna work. I think I gotta put this in here then. That'll do. And I would just stick one of these in here. Yes, get the fingers on the right keys here. And take another one here. Let's have a look at it. That looks better. All right, give me a second. Alright, sorry about that loud bang. I didn't realize there was something on my desk when I put my headset down. Okay. So, any guesses what we're getting next week for the next update? Let's see, is that gonna pop in there? Get this going. I gotcha. Oh, we want a 5. No, we don't. Do that. I want 8. Alright, now that I do this on the other side. That's gonna be fun. Blocks that can fix what? This? Not really too worried about it. Okay, let's get on the other side here. Alright, this is going to be fun. Yeah, it looks a lot better without a big gaping hole in the front of it. I just don't like how that one little seam turned out. But I'll figure out something. I can get rid of this because I don't need this anymore. And I never will. Okay, I think it might be best to work off of this section here. Alright, so I just started sloping right off of it. That makes it easier. Hey Remco, welcome. Oh, possibly, yeah, because they've reworked the electricity. But at the same time, too, it could have something to do with the monuments. I know that they're working on trying to get new planets in. I don't know when that's going to be, but these monuments are the stepping stone to getting there. Just because we don't actually have space flight yet. As far as I know, you can't go actually fly higher than, what is it, like 230 meters above sea level. I haven't really done full testing on it, but yeah, a couple hundred meters and that's it. But it could be that the teleporters are on the way. I haven't really actually looked at the trail lately. Okay. Oh yes, I want the other way now. Well, one thing I know they were talking about, and I've mentioned a couple of times already in the forums, is adding larger versions of the air blades and hover pads. I don't know if they're going to make smaller ones, but I know they're definitely going to make bigger ones like the wheels. So that's going to be interesting. Could also have something to do with the power too. They could be looking at adding new things to make things with the new electricity a little easier. Actually, I gotta go check something here. Okay, so I went up to the end of the first long slope. Yeah, exactly, for mobile flying bases. And here I am trying to do this thing and trying to slap hundreds of these things onto it. More like thousands. Yeah, that was that, and same with the hover pads. They were talking about larger variations of those ones as well. It's almost like they're trying to see what kind of things I can make now. Let's add this and see what he can come up with. That crazy mad scientist. I'll figure that one out later. I guess I could have started down there instead of coming all the way back down here to start this, but whatever. And this officially makes the most time I've ever spent working on one build. Well, no. We probably put more time on that pinball table than anything, and that was, my opinion, a big failure. Good idea, but just the way the blocks interact with each other just isn't feasible. That's the shitty part about it. Okay, and over here. Okay, I did the Triforce. Okay, and that doesn't go there. There we go. Alright, then it should be the same for the rest of it. I think. I can't remember. Yes, spacecraft. That's definitely where we're going next. Some people have actually seen, we'll call them spoilers in the wreckages, because people have been finding thrusters and fuel tanks and stuff like that. I'm sure it's all going to be future blocks they will be adding for our building enjoyment. And now that's going to be a challenge to make a true all-terrain vehicle. Something that can go on land, something that can go on water, something that can go underwater, something that can go through the air, and something that can travel to another planet. Yeah. Another thing they could be working on too is, what is it? The beryllium or the other fuel source, making those medium power generators that don't use biomass. And I think I saw something about a water pump too somewhere. Unless that was something else. Uh-oh. I can't remove that block. Alright, did I break it already? I can't remove it. Where's my reticle? Uh-oh. I think we might have broke it. I might have broke it. We'll find out. Maybe I hit the 10,000 part count limit. try something here. Oh, well, it seems to be okay. I don't know why I can't remove that block, but when have I had a build not go wrong? Yes. There was some other stuff, I think. Like, I'm sure they're gonna start doing more into the wildlife, try to add more variation instead of just retexturing them for different biomes. Obviously, there's going to be other planets where we're going to have completely different species than the space cow, the space deers, and our lovely friends, the godillos. That's starting to bug me now. That floating block. The unmovable block. Okay. And just keep on going. Okay, and I think I go one more, and then I start going in. That bugs me. I don't know why I can't take that off. Bet you I can drop it. Nope. Where are those developers when you need them? See if we can build on it. Can build on it. But I cannot remove it. Okay. So now gotta figure out what I did on the other side here. Okay, the wedge went right up to it. No, 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 no. That could be the end of it right there. I think that's a sign that I won't be able to reload this anymore. I did, even when I was building the aircraft carrier, I had troubles with that. So, yeah, I'm not going to attempt it. I am going to do a save, though, just in case something does happen. Then at least we have an option to salvage it. But as far as everything else goes, you know, I can add blocks, I can remove blocks. It's just that one block doesn't want to do anything. It's not like we're having a chunk issue too, because I don't have any other grids around. Okay, actually let's do that. Let's make a save here. Okay. Now what am I doing here? Let's see what I did. I think I went with 1x1 angles going up. Not like you're gonna see both sides at the same time, but just for the sake of it. Get number 8 ready. And what was that? 5. Okay, oh wait, I know what I did here. I did the number 3. No, I did not. Oh wait, there's a 9. I think so. And let's see what we got on the other side here. Huh. Did it differently. What did I do on the top? Ah, okay. Put an 8 there. It actually looks a little bit better. Yes. Okay, so it's 1 and 2 all the way. Yeah. That's what I noticed too. That monument's not lit up anymore. Used to be lit up. Okay, so 1 and 2. Did I do that right? I think I did. I better go check. The immovable object. I bet you anything if I planted that to the ground and then released it, it would probably free it. They should have a sprint mode with the hover mode. Hit shift and you go a little faster. Okay, so go 2 like that. And then it was go a 7. No, that was wrong. And that's wrong too. And then it was like Yes, yes, yes. That's it. Damn, it's in the way. Oh well. We'll just say we got the Helicarrier on at a discount price because it was an imperfect. Yeah, it was irregular there. That's what we'll call it. Oh, hang on. I goofed on this. I think. Nope. But right up to the end. Oh, it won't let me place it there. We'll have to fix that. By doing this. Hey, it's gone. Oh, that's out of my way. I can actually finish building this side. Yeah, I'm starting to notice that build lag. We could start having problems with this thing soon. Okay, let's take a look at that. Oh yeah, definitely much better. Take this off. It's actually quicker to run. Do a run and sprint with the jetpack. Oh yeah. What time are we at here? And it's still here. Good. Alright. Now for the next one. Just trying to figure out what I'm going to do at the back end here. I know it doesn't really matter because we're not going to be able to see the whole thing in one shot. And we probably won't ever see the back end. But let me see if I can find a better picture here. Give me a second. Let me see if I can get this picture up in the stream so you can see what I'm trying to do in the back here. Let's see if we can find that picture. All right. All right. So I've updated it in the corner there so you can see what I'm trying to produce here in the back end, especially right up in the top right there. So that's how it looks. So I don't really need to do too much in the bottom. but it might help to try to get that. Well, get the engines, basically. Or the thrusters, because he's obviously over to the lift and it's got some main engines underneath it. That scared me. That give it some forward thrust. Of course, we'll be doing that completely different. So I think I want to bring this out a couple anyways. Anybody got any ideas of what we can do for the next mega build? Let's get 2 more in there, I think. Yeah, I'll get 2 more in. Doesn't have to be something functional. We can do... God, we could try to make the Eiffel Tower if you really want. Would it be the most entertaining stream, but I'm gonna attempt it. Okay, and then I'll probably extend these ones out a little bit too. This whole bottom section will have to be moved out, I think. Was that 4? Let's just do 4 for now. Do it that way because I got to transition to the bottom here somewhere. Somehow. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna take a quick couple of minutes here to go feed the old demon, get myself ready to continue working on this thing. I'm looking at all these random blocks that I placed, and it's like, how the hell on earth did I end up putting them there? Yeah, so give me 5 minutes and we'll get back at her. Well, if you've seen where I work, there definitely is a breath of fresh air. I admit that. And as long as I'm working where I'm working, I have no intention. Well, I do plan on quitting at some point in time, but don't really see the point of it. If anything, it might be doing me better than doing more good than harm. But yeah, oops. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to just sort of get the main structure of the back end worked out a little bit. I'm not really too worried about the details down here because we're not going to be seeing it much. It's going to be up top where I want to get all the detailing going in. So now I got to figure out how I want to do these engines, really. I do got to count that the wings are going to be built down a little bit because they are fairly thick, and I think they might be going up to the ceiling tiles here. So like this whole bottom three or four blocks is going to be like the wing itself. I'm going to have it sort of transition to this, which is sort of like a pod. That looks like to me anyways. Sorry. Just baffles me of what you can do with this game. I've never built anything this big outside of Minecraft before. And the fact that we should be able to fly is just even better. Should be able to. It's gonna be a ceiling fan store in here when I'm done with it. Alright, later Clayton. Alright, AZ. Sorry about that. I'm going to try to, once I get this done, I will, maybe tomorrow I'll download the videos, and I'm going to speed them up, do a big time lapse, probably be 20 minutes or so, and we'll get the big build project going, and see how it looks all sped up. Watch this thing come to life. Okay, how do I want to do here? Thanks for stopping by. We might have to do a late night stream for you one day, AZ. Just for you. Let's see. How do I want to do this now? Start on this side. Good place to begin. It starts right around here. So let's do. Yeah, it's going to start right here. Yeah, I guess we'll just stop there and we'll start going in. That looks good, well, good right there. Actually, no, it comes out further. A lot further. I love watching them drop, I don't know why. It's yeah, right there. Ah, okay. All right, faithful. I got 2 minions now. Or do you want to be a lab rat? Vogely prefers to be a minion, which I have no problem with that. I'm gonna have to get him to do some bidding for me one day. Maybe I'll do that right now. Go out there and spam all the chats. Get me as many viewers as I can. Let's get everybody in here. All right. And then this one will be pretty simple to do. Go like that. See how far would this go? Probably to about here, I think. A little bit more. They are pretty big. Probably would have helped if I actually seen the Avengers movie. Oh, come on. Being able to move fast while you're hovering would be so much handier now. We give us something nice like hover mode, and all I'm doing is bitching and complaining about how it's not good enough. Mind you, I'm still loving it. Yeah, I might do that one day. I'll see if my neighbor has it. She's got quite the DVD collection, so I might have to borrow it. I haven't done a lot of movies lately, to be honest. Most of my entertainment value comes from YouTube itself. Always been a gamer. Well, that's the thing too. Like, I've been noticing in the forums that there's actually quite a few people that have just started playing it the last couple of days because Crane Bulls has actually started promoting the game now, more or less. Like, I was helping somebody else on Discord for a few hours last night. He was having issues with his rover, and I was helping him try to get the wheels working properly and whatnot. But I've thought about it. I'm actually going to start probably maybe tomorrow or the next day or two. I'm going to start making a few more guides for Steam there. Get one for rovers, get one for like the conveyor systems and what have you. All right. Alright, then yeah, I guess about here we'll start going up again. right. Actually, that was one of the big projects I've had on the back burner for a while. Was actually trying to get like at least a 10-story mech warrior. The problem is something like that you have to be like get really complex with like linkages and struts and supports. The balance I'm not too worried about because I'm pretty sure the air blades can be used as gyros to keep stabilization or at least keep the weight reduced by creating some sort of lift. But yeah, it's something I've been thinking about. Again, trying to build something like that. The way things don't always connect like they should, it makes it difficult, make it bulky, and was actually something I was hoping we would have had the new Unity for, but that didn't really work out too well. I'm also still plan on redoing the spider too, eventually. Again, using the gyros to make it lighter so it actually can lift up under its own weight. Because that was the biggest problem when I attempted it before. It was just so heavy and it's just 4 legs wasn't enough to lift it. Really? You you do make sure that you have 1 block space between your wheels, right? 'Cause that was the problem the other guy was having, was the wheels were technically touching, even though they did have a gap between them. The wheels do kind of work a little wonky sometimes. It's just the way that the wheels actually work themselves. Instead of actually moving anything, they're just basically updating the position of whatever structure is attached to them. And that's where the wheel trick comes into play, which I call cheating. Even if you're in creative, it's still cheating. To me, anyways. Alright, now to this. Yeah, I think they had issues with the large suspensions. I think that might have been causing it. I don't know if they ever did fix it or not. One thing I've noticed too is a lot of times with wheels, if you're not getting enough power or enough speed, it's usually got to do with the fact that your suspension's too tight, so all 4 wheels aren't touching the ground, or all 6 or all 8 or whatever the case may be. So it could be something like that too. As far as turning goes, make sure there's no blocks that are actually going to obstruct the turning of it. Yeah, I don't actually use the big wheels very often. I think I've only used them once, and that was for my wimpy tank there. But even then, I didn't have any problems with that. And I had 10 or 12. I think I had 10. Okay, what I think your problem is you have something, a block somewhere on your vehicle that's actually touching your wheel, and not necessarily touching the wheel, but touching the yellow arrows. Like, I'll show you here on the air blades. Actually, I can show you on the wheel. This is a trick, but at the same time can cause you problems, and it can cause some serious issues. So you see I have a wheel placed here. If I were to place a block here and power that wheel, this thing will take off like a rocket. Well, it'll actually spin in circles because I only have it on one side. So if you have something touching there or even like there, you could be causing you some issues. So that's something you got to watch out for. Unless it's something you want that's intended. It'll get you to space in no time, that's for sure. But again, that's just the way the game works with the wheels. The air blades and the hover pads, they actually react with the block on the ground, and in the case of the air blades, the actual air. And so you're getting propulsion from that. But with the wheels are just doing an animation. It's actually updating the vehicle's position in the world, so it doesn't check to see, okay, is it on the ground? Are the wheels actually rolling? Because they don't technically roll unless they're on a bearing, rotating plate, whatever you want to call it. Now, actually, I'll show you a trick. If you do want to do some speed, do the same thing I showed you. I'll do it up here. Shouldn't be showing this because this is cheaty. I'll place two wheels down like so. Oh, that's the wrong way. Make sure the arrows are touching, both go in the same direction. Then you put a block in the middle, and that will be a supercharged engine. You just have to power them, you hit forward, and it will. Basically, what the game's telling, the game's thinking is, okay, well, these wheels are getting powered. The arrow is touching a block on this side, same with this one. Okay, well, that means the vehicle has to move in that direction. Doesn't check to see any other thing other than which direction it has to go, and it'll move anything, and even big vehicles will move at a surprisingly fast speed. But yeah, generally that'll be your biggest problem. It could be you have a battery or a small container overhanging it. It could have something to do with the suspension too. As far as I know, the large suspension does need a bit of space around it. So it could be that. As far as going faster than uphill than downhill, or downhill than uphill, well, that's just weight. I know that you tend to lose a lot of speed when you're going up even a slight incline. All right. I want to see how this looks. Well, I've never seen it in the movie, but technically yes and technically no. You know, if planes are taking off in this direction, the downward force is only really localized around the fans, and might extend a little bit to here, maybe to about here. I could see it. So maybe even using the upper flight deck might not work because you're going diagonally, and you are coming in close contact to that one. Again, I've never seen the movie, so I can't actually say anything. I'm just going from what I see from the picture and what I know about real world physics. But anyways, I wanted to take a look at this from a bit of a distance and see how it looks with that. Ah, here's something you should keep in mind with the small containers. One small container weighs the same amount as 6.5 armor blocks. An armor block is 30, I'm guessing 30 kilos, whereas a small container is 200. So you're hauling around 10 tons on you. And that could have something to do with it. Yeah, I like that. Don't know how the front of this thing looks though. I don't know. It's just decorative. Go ahead and fill it in. Oh, I did miss some. Okay, now to cap it off. Big. Yeah, like I said, I've noticed that the large suspension is a little springy, I guess. You know, I've only used it once. And I think it was because the hover pads came out shortly after, and it's like, oh, forget the wheels, I'm going to bigger and better things. Actually, no, wait. Yeah, no, actually, the hover pads came out first, I think. Can't remember. I think I had the gun made before I made the tank. There's just so many blocks. Oh. I'm like, how did I screw that up? Alright, let's do this. Starting to look like the Enterprise more than the Helicarrier. Really? I don't think we're that high yet. I'd probably say 12 or 13. By the time I'm done, yeah, I think we're going to be close to 20. I do plan on doing detailing at some point in time. So now I got to get this one in. Let's actually find out where I start on the other side. Still shocked it's still here. Like this should have crashed on me a long time ago. Okay. Hang on. Alright, sorry about that. Nobody needs to see my big gaping mouth while I yawn. Okay, where am I starting this? Okay, let me see here. Starting on the left. 3. Alright. Now, I think it was here. And then I had it starting here. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Back over to the other side. Build so big, I almost see my own teleporter just get around this thing. Yeah, I will fix that one eventually. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is on the left, so the other one will be on the right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got this. And of course I can't see because it's dark. Let me see. 1, 2. And I think it was 3. Yes. And I went down 4 or 5. 5. Oh, I goofed that. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, should be good. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gotcha. Then here it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, is that right? Yes. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, now I gotta figure out how far I gotta go with this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 28. Let's add another 1,000 blocks, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Perfect. I don't know what's going to be more amazing, getting this thing to fly or loading it again after I'm done. And you know what I'm thinking about this now? The amount of materials I've used on this thing already, probably would have used everything I had up in my survival world if I was doing this in survival. That's a lot of blocks, and that's saying something considering how much I had. I still gotta wait till I plant this thing. I'm actually curious, so anxious to see what's gonna happen. See how long of a delay there is for the game to realize what's going on. Knowing me, I'll probably just vanish into thin air. You know what? It's too big. Let's scrap it, start over. I'm kidding. I'm not turning back. I think after I get this one done, I'm gonna go take a little bit of a screenshot. Oh, damn you, hover mode. It's great when it actually stays active. Technically it was 6.5 hours, but there was, I think, a 45-minute break to an hour. So yeah, I guess I'm about 8 hours in, 7.5, 8 hours in on this build, which isn't too bad. Still less time than I spent on the pinball table, and I've got more progress with this than I did with that thing. Like that thing, we had to rework it, what, 4 times or something? We had chunk issues, we had paddle issues, we had angle issues, we had speed issues, and then we had sticky balls. Those damn balls would stick to everything. But yeah, as far as big projects go, one of the things I've been wanting to do is an actual, like a static build. Not something like the Helicarrier, something we actually fly around and stuff, but you know, just like building for the sake of building, just a structure, whether it be, I'm not going to say the Eiffel Tower because somebody's going to actually want me to do that, and that's not going to happen. Not elegantly anyways. Be an absolute mess when I'm done with it. Oh. Still got the roof to do too. Wow. I think it's safe to say it doesn't seem to be really any limit to the block count. Because I still haven't had any issues. Other than that floating block I'm going to get rid of. And excuse me one moment. Alright, I'm back. And my phone's actually on now. Okay. So, yeah, after I get this one on, we go and take a screenshot, put it up on Steam there. And then I think we're going to look at finishing up the wings. And then as far as that, after that, we'll probably get like little details on the flight decks and the tower and whatnot. And then we'll just leave the details there, and we'll try to get this thing flying, because I'm sure you're all as anxious as I am to see whether or not this is actually going to work or not. I'm going to say no, it's going to drop to the ground, but we'll see. I will do, we'll do a backup save just in case we can actually load it again, I should say. Yeah, I really don't know if we're going to be seeing this thing again. Who knows, like a planet, and it could head up into space and end up being an Imperial Star Destroyer instead of a Helicarrier. And no, we're not going to build a Star Destroyer. Death Star, maybe, but you realize how long of a build that would be. Just trying to get the actual sphere. That'd be quite the challenge. And I realize I say challenge quite a bit, but maybe it's because I'm asking for a challenge. Oh yeah, we don't have to do these ones. We'll save the block count and the weight. I might have to hide some air blades in here too, just to get some extra lift if it comes down to it. Alright. Oh, sounds like my compound. Alright, the old lab. I was actually going to make a lag border around that thing, so I know that if I cross that line, I was going to experience some severe lag coming back. And I was getting extreme lag on a solid state drive of all things. Even then, just loading up my old survival world takes about, it actually hangs on loading active blocks for about 30 seconds before it actually loads it. But mind you, I got a lot of A lot of things that question the laws of physics in that world. And again, though, your computer could have something to do with it. What kind of system do you have? Okay, let's go get a bird's eye view of this thing. Oh, it's too slow. Let's go take our plummet off the flight deck here. You can't really see him too well. But actually a good shot would be in front, because I have the bow all filled in now. Let's go see if we can get to the other side. Okay. That could be it. Do you know what processor you have? Do you have an i5, an i7? Kind of RAM you got in it? In fact, that actually was my old laptop. I think it was the GP72, the Leopard Pro. So it was slightly different. But it was pretty good. It's actually where I started doing all my recording on. Let's get that block out of my face first. Let's take build mode off, actually. Take snappy. And we'll go up here and we'll take another one. Okay. So now I want to try to start doing some stuff on top. Well, the wings are definitely one I'd have to do. Let me get back to that bottom picture here. Okay. Not terrible. 230. Okay. Yeah, so you got the i7. Well, how big is it? Like, what do you got for how many parts, how many blocks, how much stuff, how much power, how much everything? Because almost 4 minutes seems a long time for stuff to load. Okay. Actually, this should come out a little bit more. Okay. So now, let's go with a 4, and I'll start bringing. Yeah, the auto miners would definitely do it. Especially the conveyors. Conveyors have always been a bit of an issue with lag, so that could have something to do with it. Let's actually do it this way here. Yeah, it seems to be the number of inventories you have hooked up to a conveyor system will actually affect how much lag you get. And I'm sure you also notice too that when you leave your main area and you come back, that you tend to get extreme lag. What we're doing here, we're doing 4. Not that it matters, you're not going to be able to see this underneath anyways. Just more reason to push the block count. Oh. That lag is getting more and more every time. Okay, let's go back to this. Okay. Yep, sounds about right. I could almost say, if it doesn't lag, you didn't build it big enough. I think I'm just going to leave the bottom of the engines like that. Just because. So now, just go ahead and fill this in. does that look? Get a little more depth to the wings. It probably could be brought out a little bit more too. Possibly. Yeah, I'm no stranger to lag in this game. None whatsoever. What was I doing with this one? This one's actually going to connect right up here, I think. There we go. That's the block I'm looking for. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I'll just do that. Fill it in the hole. No, I'm not gonna bother. I'm gonna be putting them all inside, so should get the lift. That's one of the things I never really tested. Like I think I've seen people try, but apparently air blades above air blades don't actually work. They can sort of cancel themselves out. So I don't know how well it's gonna work. Is this holding anything? Okay, good. But basically, the entire underneath of the flight deck is just going to be an entire floor of air blades. And hopefully they should get us the lift. But yeah, then I got the ones down below there too. Yeah. Maybe we will. Why not? Let's do it. I don't think it's actually going to do anything. Okay, now how do I work this one? This one looks like it could be doubled all the way out to the end here. Goodbye. I always know I take out the wrong block because I get the lag. You know what? I would actually have room for him. The only problem is, and I'm just realizing this now, this is going to be in the way. So maybe we will, maybe we won't. Like I said, I will be attempting to do a save just in case it's a possibility of reloading. Just in case it drops to the ground, we can't get it to budge, at least we can try to reload it. Oh, I can't get in here. That's no good. Okay. Yes, this side. Okay. Let's see, this one. Yeah, I might as well just double this one all the way up. I just had one of those, oh my god, this thing is huge moments. I'm sitting here working on the wing and I saw the control tower off on the side there and it's like, wow, this thing's big. But hey, we already knew that, didn't we? Definitely different texture blocks or texturing options for the blocks would definitely be handy. Something in the config menu or something. Okay, and then here, let's go up to 1. Okay. Okay, where is this at? What I think I'll do, I think I'm just gonna wall it off right here. I could probably spend the next 6 months detailing this thing, but honestly, I want to see it fly today, and I know I'm gonna need a bit of time to get all the air blades installed and wired up, and oops, and then we'll have to do some fine tuning to make sure it actually flies. Okay, let's see here. Alright, that's one side. I think that's one side. Sure. Not a copy on this side. Actually, no, it's not going to take off into space. If anything, it's just going to be a huge sudden lag spike. You know, just drop to the ground, probably lean over to one side, probably the other side because the control tower is over there. Hopefully the airblades will be able to stabilize that off-centered weight there. Okay, actually I was going to bring these out a little bit, I think. Yeah, screw it. Let's get the other side done here. Oh yeah, so I was trying something different here, but that didn't really work out too well. So I'm just going to go with what I've got. So many blocks on the ground. Oh, my heart just stopped. I knew I took out the wrong block and I was almost certain something bad was going to happen. Just in case. Not that we can even load it, but you never know. Just in case. Alright, so now what do I do on the other side here? I had one of those days where I didn't want to get out of bed. Alright, so everything is doubled or quadrupled right to the end of the blades. Alright, simple enough. Ha! My monument's bigger than your monument. Sorry. So has anybody ever found this so-called main monument yet? What is it supposed to be about? Like, does it look any different than the other ones? Now for the other side. See what we got. Oh, I've heard of that one. Been watching people play that, getting over it with Bennett Foddy. Honestly, yeah, one of my friends actually told me I should start playing those rage-inducing games on my channel, but no. Nobody wants to see me lose control. That's a given. Alright, so it looks like I had this carried over all the way to the end. Crashed monuments. Huh. Honestly, I haven't done any exploring on any of the worlds I've made since the monuments came out, other than looking around trying to find building areas by teleporting to different monuments. Damn it, taking out the wrong blocks. Good thing they're not load-bearing blocks. Okay, so that comes to here. So it goes up to there, and then I got 3 of the short ones. Or as I call them, number 9s. Let's actually fill these holes up. Interesting. All right. Now for the other side. Excuse me a moment. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, where am I here? Well, where am I? I'm above the helicarrier. That's where I am. So in this... Okay. See if I can remember that. Probably not. Yes, okay. So this was... I think it was 2. Can't actually remember. Yeah, 2. Okay. Should probably check to see where it goes too. I think this one I have. one past the engines. Oh, I've got to double that up. Alright, no worries. It's literally a floating city at this point, I think. That's not gonna go there, that goes there, like that. Okay, now we're gonna do this. Now. And yeah, I just went all the way around, I think. I've also gotten to the point where I don't care about the misplaced blocks anymore. It's not going to affect the weight of this thing one bit. Except for those ones, of course. Hang on a second here, what's going on? Did I goof? Did I use the wrong blocks, or am I just... No. Okay, so I came out 2 then. I gotcha. been thinking about these little windows here. I might just put a couple of lights in just to sort of get some sort of atmosphere. Not like the lights are going to really do much. Okay. Oh, many, many, many more blocks. What I do need to do is I need to fatten the wingtips up a little bit. Oh. Just about done the wings. Now what I think we're going to do is, once I get this side of the wings done, we're going to take a little bit of an intermission. I'm actually going to stop the stream and then start up in probably about 20 minutes, half an hour, and then we'll get some more detailing on the flight deck, and then we're going to take this thing for a flight, hopefully. Maybe we'll crash into the monument if I can get this thing actually moving, just for the sake of it. Alright. Well, I'm pretty sure we're at 15,000 blocks at least. I know we're pretty big. Alright, now we go over here. Now we'll do the same thing. Oh, look, a loose block. What do you know? Okay. Oops, that's not where I wanted to go. Getting sucked up into the engines. Oh yeah. I want to double this up too. And it's not with that block. Alright, so that one is done. Alright, see you later, Remco. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget, tomorrow you should be able to see all the streams available on the channel. You know, I will be cutting it pretty quick here for the first part, and it'll probably be processed and up within a few hours. I just want to double check, see if I got this one doubled up. I don't think I do. No, I can't. No, I don't. Alright, and then over here. All right. So we got the wings done. We got the main engines, I'll call them. Got the holes in the front done. Probably should look, see what to do about the back end, if there's much we can do to it. Get the old picture up. Not really. It's kind of hard to actually tell how this looks from the picture that I have. Like, I can't tell if this second flight deck actually extends out the back or if there's a wall here. And this basically can stay the same, more or less. Get another snappy. And I think with that, we are gonna take a bit of an intermission here. Probably, well, it's 3:25 here now. I want to say half an hour, but let's say 45 just to be safe. So it's 3:30 now. I'll be back at 4:15, and then we're gonna get a little bit of decoration, some details on the top of it, and then we're gonna add some lift, some power, and try to actually fly this beast, this behemoth. I'm still shocked it's still here. And one more for the road. Let's do it right there. Okay. So I shall see you all in 45 minutes.